He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met, huge inspiration. You know, the advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human, he just doesn't give up, he doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy, give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby!
What is up, everyone? What is going on? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. What is up, everyone? Let me see here really quick. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. Looks like I'm getting some feedback. Let me see here really quick. What's up, everybody? Oh, there we go. Thank you for joining me. Looks like I'm getting some feedback. Let me see. Bear with me. Looks like I'm getting some feedback. Let me see. Why is this not working? Looks like I'm getting some feedback. Let me see. Why is this not working? All right, there we go. Finally. That was a rough start. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me here at Live Seller Calls brought to you by the Closers Lab. Thank you guys for joining me, those that are jumping on. And so I know there's a couple of questions on here. I'm going to address those really quick. But I want to announce something before I get started. We have a call set up right now, so I'm going to make this pretty quick, and we're going to get going on here on this thing. We want to talk to as many people as possible today, so that way you guys can get the benefit, and to and for you guys to not only get the benefit, but for you guys to see what we teach and what we talk about in action, right? Because you guys get to see a lot of my Instagram post, what exactly what we talk about and what we do, but this is what it's all about. Emilio says, bro, I still haven't gotten the option agreement. That's because you didn't follow the instructions on my last video, brother. I told you once the video was over, go to it, and I'm going to put the link so you can download it. So you got to go. I'll do it today again, but the link is already on the last week's live seller call. You didn't follow instructions. I specifically said once I'm done, I'm going to put the link and you can download it from there. So that's been there all week. So, and there you guys are dropping some questions. I appreciate it, but I do have a schedule called. I want to answer some of your questions. Thank you guys for joining me. Those are on Facebook. Those are live on YouTube. Thank you guys. Last week we had some calls. It was a little rough, but it looks like we got some calls set up today. So, again, we're gonna knock these out and get these going. So we had a couple of properties that came from Phoenix, so I'm excited to do that. We have one that we're gonna call right now. The first one actually is a guy who has multiple properties. He's in Tucson, so we're gonna call him and see what his situation is, and then see if we can maybe get all of them under contract or some of them, see what he's open to. But I'm pretty stoked about today. I think it's gonna be great. So let's get rocking and rolling, get some water, and then we'll get rocking and rolling here. And again, I see your questions, but I do have a scheduled call that I want to make. I don't want to go past 5 more minutes or 5-minute mark. Because we do have that scheduled call for you guys. We strategically line these up, so that way we have a better chance for us to talk to people. They're not set up by means in any way. They're just it's a setup callback. So, and I appreciate you guys for sharing, for sharing and for for tagging me on stories. Thank you guys very much. It means a lot. So, with that being said, let's get started. Let's go. Let's see. So I'm going to pull up the handy dandy dialer here. Oh, by the way, I got some questions as well in regards to, do we hand dial? Well, no, we don't hand dial. I only do it for the Closers Lab show. That's the only reason why I do it. I don't want to jump on a dialer, because what I want to do is eventually I might jump on a dialer, but what I want to do is I want to hand dial some of these. So let me see. Let me go ahead and get this going. Let's see if we can get a hold of this and this seller. His name is Jerry. Let's call Jerry. See what's going on with him. Okay. Okay. 06. All right. So hopefully we don't have any problems today with sharing the screen. I checked it before I jumped on. We should be good to go. So 520-825. All right, so you see he owns that one highlighted. He owns that one, this one.
Hello?
Hello, Jerry.
Yes.
Hi, Jerry. My name is Max. I'm calling because you had spoken to one of my teammates, Carl, about a couple properties that you had for sale in Tucson.
Yes, and you're his partner, huh?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Probably caught you at a bad time.
Yeah, he said that you might have some questions today, so I'm waiting to answer.
I love that. Perfect. Straight to the point. Obviously, he spoke with you, and I did want to ask you a few questions. He left some notes and stuff. Really quick. The first one is, so I noticed that you do have multiple properties within within the same location, right?
Right, correct.
Okay, got it. So, and I know he mentioned that potentially not potentially, but the idea is the idea to sell all the properties together, or are you open to selling two or one or three, or what would be your best outcome on this?
Well, I tell you what, I'm open to anything that is offered, and I understand where you guys are coming from. You want to be flexible, and I'm flexible. All I want to do is make sure you understand that I do have a number of people that are interested in the properties. And so what I'm going to do is take a lot of offers and so on, and then sit down and analyze them and figure out which is the best one to do.
Okay.
So if you have some offers, ideas about what you would like to do, I'd be more than happy to consider them.
Right. Okay. So it sounds like at the end of the day, what you're going to be doing is potentially going with the highest offer that you get, either for all of them or for individually.
That's correct. That's exactly right. You got a good brain.
Got it. No, and that's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, we don't buy, every property from everyone I talk to, right? Because obviously it doesn't work. And I just want to get the whole picture. So are you looking for, may I ask you a question, Jerry?
Sure.
So are you looking for the highest offer, or are you looking for an offer you can depend on that's going to show up in your bank account?
Well, actually, I'm looking for one that I can depend on.
Got it. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you understand that, because most people are like, well, isn't that the same?
That's right. I understand.
Yeah. So, and when I ask that question, I'm trying to get an idea, because usually when I hear I'm gonna have multiple offers come in, I'm gonna look at the highest, and I always ask that question because I want to see where you're at in regards to the decision making process when it comes to working with you, right? I want to make sure that we get an understanding, right? So if you're looking, if you're
Absolutely. I appreciate that, and I feel the same way.
Yeah, perfect.
Let me explain one thing to you so
Sure.
you understand the philosophy and the idea of what's going on.
Of course.
I'm more than willing to sell individual properties, but I am concerned, not concerned. I am aware of the fact that if I sell them to you, an investor, and that's what I think you are, as an investor, right?
I mean, yeah, we're direct home buyers, so you can call me an investor for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a difference between being an investor, and then I could turn it over to a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And fix the place up really nice and sell it to a person that wants to live there.
Got it.
I know I could get more money if I did it that way, but I'm not necessarily interested in doing it that way. I like the idea of investing in that area because it's so beautiful out there, and it's got attractions for the investor.
Got it. Okay.
That's why I'm asking for what a lower price than I have been told that I can get if I go with a real estate agent.
I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a little while, but I'm not gonna argue with you. Obviously, if you want to get the most, I always tell people this, right? If you are looking to get the most and you
Yeah,
want to get the most for
absolutely.
your property, the best option is to list with the real estate agent. Now, if
That's
that's if you
right.
have
That's right.
time, and you're not too concerned about when you're going to close and you're open to showings. I'm assuming you're okay with all
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly right. I wouldn't if I go with a real estate agent. I don't. I'm told that they can guarantee a sale within a short time. But all those things are changing,
Hmm.
and I don't know whether it's accurate or not. So anyway,
Yeah.
I would
So
rather go with an investor that
okay.
is willing to take the property and close it in 30 days or 40 days or 60 days or something like that
Got it.
without any questions asked
Hmm.
and not a lot of money to stick out in closing costs and all that stuff.
Yeah, I see. So it sounds like you're looking for more convenient than ultimately going through the process of capitalizing
That's
on the full
correct.
amount. Okay.
You got it.
Got it. Okay, perfect. So I mean, I guess my next question to you, and I appreciate the feedback. If you had,
Right.
this is gonna sound a funny question, but honest, I ask everybody this because I know they have this in mind. If you had a magic wand that you can just wave, what would be the perfect scenario for you when you sell these to either an investor like myself or just anybody in general? What do you want that perfect scenario to be?
Well, did you read the notes about why I'm selling it in the first place?
I did see
Because
that
I
you're
need
looking to
some
purchase
cash.
another property. I think is
Yes,
that what's going
that's
on?
correct.
Okay, got it.
Yes. And so here's what my story is. I'm buying this other house for 1.2 million,
Hmm.
and I need some cash, but I don't need it until the end of July.
Okay.
And of course, I have availability of some cash already, but I decided to sell this one, at least one of the properties out there, so I could have a little more comfort in my cash.
Got it. Okay.
And
So
then I could take a maybe a lower mortgage, like maybe a $400,000 mortgage. That's my objective. I
okay.
want to get $600,000 in cash,
Hmm.
and then I'll take a $400,000 mortgage, and then I've got the cash in my bank accounts to go ahead and finish off the rest of it, wherever it takes for my new house
Okay.
in late July.
So just so
So
I'm clear, because I'm that type of person that I'm not a happy ear person. When you said you want to get $600,000 in cash, that's for
right.
the two parcels up on the north side, the bigger parcel, basically for all four
Yeah, the
parcels.
house and
Okay.
the four bedroom house and the large building, the 5,000 square foot steel building that's on the property, and the 3 acres or 4 acres that goes with it.
Okay.
3 acres is what goes with it.
What about so okay,
The
okay,
fourth acre,
I just want to make sure we're on the same page here because that's the one with the house, correct? And the building and everything
that's
else like you
correct.
said. Okay, got it.
That's correct.
Okay. So that doesn't
Now,
include the two north of that one with the mobile homes on them.
that's correct. It does not.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And you want
Maybe you're not
650.
interested in the higher price ones. The 600,000. I don't know what your situation is, but I understand that, and I have other people that are interested in that home.
Okay.
And
When you
they've
say other
already
people, I
offered.
mean, have you gotten any offers for it?
Yes, I have. I've had offers, but they're not. I haven't pursued them to the what you might call the readiness.
Okay.
Because up until now,
Mm-hmm.
I have had people in the house. They're gone now.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can show most of the people that I talk to would like to see the property.
Okay.
Actually walk around the property and see what kind of shape it's in and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a feeling for it before they make me a final offer.
Okay.
I'm not holding anybody to what they say on the phone. I'm waiting till I meet with them personally.
I love that.
And look at things, and then we decide, yep, that's what we want to do.
Got it.
And then I can shake hands with somebody and have a feeling of what I'm going to do.
Okay. So I heard two things there. Again, bear with me here because I'm trying to, catch on here with you
Yeah,
because
you
you
guys.
so the one thing I heard was you weren't ready, but now it sounds like it's vacant. So you want to, you're ready now to show it and get people to come in. And then
Exactly.
the second thing is that you're not just going to take offers over the phone. You want somebody to come out and look at it so that way they can commit once they're ready to make the offer. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good for you. Good for you.
I've heard from a lot of people that, from Minnesota, New York, and other places that are calling me. I've heard that, hey, we don't need to see it. We just show us some pictures and we'll get it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll buy it. And
Well,
I do know that some people do that.
yeah, no, for sure.
But
No,
I'm
no,
not even-
no. And I was going to say that was going to be my next comment because I always tell people, well, just make me an offer. They always tell me this over the phone. And I always say, look, if you're just wanting to hear numbers over the phone and at the end of the day, that's not my business model, right? Because
Right, good.
my that number could change once I see the property and you're not going to be too happy. Now, my only concern on what I'm looking at is sounds like you wouldn't even look at any of the offers besides the 650 on this one particular property.
That's correct. I would take it.
No, but what I'm saying is you wouldn't consider looking at any other offers.
Yeah, I would consider.
Okay.
I will consider anything that people offer. But like I say, let me mention one thing that is happening, and that you should know about this. It's
Sure.
not really clear.
Mm-hmm.
But my son, who lives in England, is also interested in buying it, and he is willing to pay the $600,000. Now, I'm willing to give that to him for $600,000 straight off the work, because it'll stay in the family that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that area out there. It's been very good for me all these years. And I love it. It's just beautiful. And anyway, but he lives in England,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not be available to live in the house permanently until 10 years probably.
Okay.
But nevertheless, he knows he can rent the place for a pretty good amount. And also, I found out from the lender, I've been talking to a lender
Mm-hmm.
at Pentagon Federal Credit Union, and she indicates that he can get the same kind of interest rate that a permanent, if he was buying a permanent house for a first-time buyer, because he will live in it all the summer vacation. He's a teacher.
Yeah.
He's a professor in Cambridge University.
Okay.
Over there, and it works.
Jerry, hold on, Jerry. I'm trying to write all this down. I'm so sorry about that. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm just trying to catch up with you.
Okay.
You run faster than me. You're so just looking at right now, I can't say right that I can't commit to your asking price. Obviously, I feel like the 650 is a little higher than I would be able to pay for, but I have not seen the property. I'm just basing off some things that I'm seeing online right now as I'm speaking to you. But this is just a phone call and things like that. So if I said, hey, Jerry, let's pretend I told you this. Hey, Jerry, that property doesn't work for me, but I'm interested in, say, the two lots that are north of it with the mobile homes. And would you be open to having a conversation of me buying those two?
Okay, what those two would be, I would consider $100,000 for each one of the acres.
Okay, $100,000 for each
acre.
Okay, got it. So I'm not saying I can, but let's because I'm hearing some contradicting stuff in regards to maybe your son's interested, maybe this. But if someone, say like myself, that's a direct home buyer, was to offer you the $100,000 on each of those, what would happen next?
Well, then I would probably take it and sell it. Now, in one of the acres is an old lady that I hate to kick out, but she's renting it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's very good paying her rent.
Okay.
And I would, I'd like to give her a little time
Mm-hmm.
to find her a little
Sure.
place. But there is no lease.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how it would work, but anyway, that's.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're in the business of buying properties. We're not in the business of kicking people out. So what we've done in the past, this actually happened to one of our sellers, Johnny. He actually had a tenant, same situation, and then what we did is. So we ended up closing on it, and then we gave the tenant, I think it was like another 30 days for them to be able to find another place. Sometimes, not all cases, right? We could assist, but a lot of times we don't like doing that because it's very specific. But we've done that in the past, with Johnny, and it helped him out tremendously. I don't know if that would be something you would consider as well, if we could help you out with that.
Yeah, something like that would be fine. I would go along with that.
Okay, perfect.
And of course, that's so. Where do we go from here? Do you want to set up a time when we can go out and look at it, or do you just think I'm asking too much?
No, well, I don't. The thing is, like, I appreciate the transparency, and I want to be transparent with you on the house itself. I think out for me, anyways, just taking a glance at what I'm seeing online. I don't know if I can pay that. You sound like you would be open to other offers. You said you got other offers. Let me guess, you're probably getting offers like in the 500s for that property from like over the phone. Is that what's happening?
550, and another offer at 600, but they are not final offers. They're all telephone offers.
All right.
And
so did the 550 upset you?
The 550 is not enough.
Okay.
And let me explain. What it says, you've gone to Zillow, haven't you? Have you seen it on Zillow?
I'm actually, so I have access to more tax records. I can go in depth, but yeah, Zillow. Yeah, I know Zillow.
I know Zillow isn't never necessarily the factual, absolute, knowledgeable outfit, but it says the property is worth anywhere between $637,000 and $750,000.
Okay.
That's what Zillow says.
Got it.
What that tells me is, I did have a real estate agent take a look at it one time, but she was only looking at first at the steel 5,000 square foot steel building, because she had a friend that was a contractor, and he wanted a place to stash all of his stuff. They were having real troubles, building, because of the delay and all the ships out in the ocean there. They needed to get stuff and then store it. And my building is big enough to store anything he's got. So anyway, she was looking at that, and I talked to him about it later. Okay. And he didn't want to pay $3,000 a month for that building, and on rental basis. So I said, well, find something else then. But anyway, he's still
okay. So go ahead.
I had people that have come out over the years and looked at that steel building. They said, God, I'd like to have this.
Got it. Yeah.
It's
So
a business area.
Okay, perfect. And I'm writing this down. Sorry for again, like I said, I want to make sure I get the whole picture.
I'm talking too fast.
No, you're good. You're good. It's I just want to make sure I get the whole story. So of course now I have an idea. This is why I love having this conversation, because I know that 550 was too low for you. You want to be around 650, which might be a little high for me, but maybe once I look at it, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I can pay that. But here's what I want to do, Jerry. I'm very much interested in the two north of that. If I can't do anything with you on the bigger property. So what I definitely, because you're a guy that likes to meet in person, it sounds like, I would love to schedule an appointment to go out there with you. My question is that, when we come out to an appointment, we don't just come out to look at it, right? I've done a little bit of research. I've done a little bit of homework. I just want to make sure that you and I are on the same page. When I come out to look at the property, I'm coming with the intention to buy it. If you and I can come to some sort of agreement, are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I am. And in terms of the immediacy, I am available with one of the properties. Although there's somebody living on it, he's not supposed to be living on it. You know what I mean? When you come out, I'll explain it all to you. And
sure.
Yes, I will treat you as a person that's not wasting his time.
I appreciate that. I honestly do. So then I will definitely, what I'll do then, before we get off this call, what I'll do is I'm going to have Carl. You remember Carl? Carl's he's my teammate. He's the one that schedules the appointments and all that. I'm going to have him, as soon as I get off the phone here with you, I'm going to have him call you right away. and schedule for us to come out. And then you and I it sounds like you and I have an understanding of that. If I come out there and, I like the properties, I understand you want to be at 100. And if you and I can come to an agreement, it sounds like you feel comfortable putting things in writing.
Yes, I will.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, Jerry. That's all I want to know. And we'll talk about the larger property, because there is other ways that we can work together that might help you out, where maybe I don't need to give you the whole 650 up front if you're open to it. But I want to talk to you more about that in person, okay?
Yes, okay. We will talk in person. And the main thing that you have to understand is I'm not trying to push it too hard at this point, because I have a little time.
Yeah. No worries.
To go ahead and play with.
Yeah.
But I also know that the time is not to my advantage too much, because prices are going up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Nuts. For sure. I think, So did you already identify another property that you want to buy? Is that what's going on, or are you in the works?
Oh, no, I've already bought it.
Oh, you already bought it. Okay, got
it. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you understood that. But
no, sorry. It was my fault. I didn't hear you correctly. Yeah.
No, okay. That's okay. I bought it already, and it's being built, and it won't be finished building until July.
Got it. Okay.
It's a property very near my own house. It's a $1.2 million property, and it's in the same community that I'm in. I'm in a community called Saddlebrook.
Yeah. I know. You're close to Oracle and I can't remember the other that's nearby.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. It's right down on Oracle Road. You're in Phoenix, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in Phoenix. Tempe. I'm in Tempe, Arizona.
Okay, yeah, that's an easy trip over.
Yeah.
Straight away, you come over, take 60 and turn down, Florence, and then down to Oracle Road, and then you come down Oracle Road, and we're right on the left-hand side as you get down Oracle Road.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me do this then. I appreciate the conversation. It sounds like you and I can come to an agreement if you like what you hear, and obviously if where you feel comfortable putting things in writing as well. So I'll have Carl right now give you a call right back so he can schedule that. And I'm looking forward to meeting you. Is there any other questions or anything else that you have?
You too, and Carl, if he comes with you, whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Carl with me because he's definitely he said he had a good conversation with you.
Yeah, we did, and I like you guys. You're straightforward and you're straight up.
Well,
I just don't want to make you feel that I'm definitely going to be an easy turnover, because I'm ready to sell, but I'm ready to get what I think I should get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry, I'm very old school. Go ahead, Jerry.
Give you one background to it. The property is in a beautiful area, and if you are capable of, if anybody is capable of coming up with the money, enough money to get it, there are so many opportunities with that property. It goes nuts. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That property is a very valuable property to build houses on.
Yeah, you're right by Catalina too. That's a nice area.
Well, it's right in Catalina, and there are properties around that are being built on right now, and the houses are being built for $400,000, $500,000 a house. And they're really neat. I'll show them to you when I see you. Okay,
perfect. And again, one thing that I always tell everybody that does business with me is, because I know earlier you said I like you guys. My goal is for you to get it. My goal is not always to get people to like me, but to get them to trust me and feel comfortable doing business with me, Jerry. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. That's very important for me.
That's what I like to meet you. Person.
Yeah, of course. Let's do that. So expect Carl's call here in the next 5 minutes, and we're going to set that up so we can meet, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
You,
yeah, of course. You're welcome.
Okay, bye now.
Bye. Take care. Boom. That was an awesome first call. Let's go. So you guys, any questions? Let me see. Man, you guys were dropping some comments, some questions. I appreciate it. Eric said, let's go. Thank you, Eric, for your comments. Witchley, what's going on, bro? Does the 600,000 make sense? It doesn't. You guys saw the one I showed you. It was a lot bigger. It was like 3,000 square feet. Now the lot was a lot smaller, which not by much, but it was a lot smaller. But the house was like almost twice the size, and that one sold for 575. Now we could probably do something with it in regards to creative. So I want to meet with him in person. We looked at the other lots, the two north lots. You saw that one that sold for 253. So they have this identical mobile homes on them, and he's selling them for each for 100,000. So it doesn't make sense. So I love how you reinstate. Dante says, I love how you reinstate the seller, what the seller says. It shows them you're listening and you can dive deeper into the situation. 100%. Now, that's a very good point that you brought out, right? And I have another call scheduled here soon. So I'm going to answer your questions really quick. And then I'm going to jump back on the phone. Let's pretend, that you're in his situation, or anytime that you go somewhere, right? Whether it's service, whether it's somewhere out to eat, whatever the case may be, you want to be listened to, right? You want to be heard. You want to make sure that what you're explaining, whether it's a service, whether it's somewhere out to eat, whatever the case may be, you obviously feel good when somebody listens to you, right? So that gives them a perspective that I'm actually listening to them. Now, the whole part about me writing everything down. Now, obviously, I can't write everything down, but that gives me an opportunity. It's a very strategic way for me to get the sale moving forward without him keeping ranting on about things that don't really matter and pertain to what we're talking about, right? So that helps out a lot on that. So Eric Douglas says he's old school. He will hear any offers legit. Yes, sir. Aaron, I appreciate the love, brother. Leo, get him, compa Max. Thank you, bro. Tim said upfront contract right there. Yeah, that's what we got to do. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, but we do have another call that I want to jump on. I'll get back to your question. I'm gonna actually highlight that one. Let's see. Nice. Set the expectation. Yep. Close with the expectation. Leo, what's going on, bro? I love. Yep. Exactly, bro. Yep. Witchley says, where's the property located? I think Carlos said North Phoenix already. Do you give your buyers an inspection period? How do you handle the viewing process with your buyers? I will answer your question as well a little bit later because I want to jump into depth on that. Let's see. Properties in North Tucson. Yep. Leo says Max is a beast. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and jump on the next call here because I think they're waiting for a call, but let me pull it up here. We're going to talk to either Sherry or Elisandro, I think. So let's find out. So that was a great call, man. Honestly, like that was pretty awesome. I love talking to sellers like that. And we set them up pretty nicely to, if we go out there, we're definitely signing an agreement. So hopefully, Carlos, if you're listening, let's get that thing set up before the end of this week if we can. If he's available, I love to do that. So, yep. Man, Emilio, again, I just told you in the beginning of the call, you didn't listen to my instructions on the last live sellers call. I said, once I'm done, I'm going to upload the link, and the link for the option agreement is underneath the recording. It's still there. It's been there all week. So you just didn't follow the instructions when I said, once I'm done, I'm going to put the link there so you can get that option agreement. Let's see, 602. Let's call Edward to see if he answers. So guys, let me know. Let me drop some comments, some questions on that call. What you guys thought, what questions do you have? Why did I do certain things? I want to answer those questions for you. Those are more important to me because that's what this is about. This is live seller calls where we're talking about, how to approach the calls and how to get around certain things. And I think that was a great call, but I know that a lot of you are newer, and I want to make sure that I answer all your calls. I want to make sure that you guys get all your questions answered when it comes to the strategies, the tactics that I use, and why do I use them. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's see. Oh, this one's in Phoenix. Perfect. Please press 1 to connect to 602-295. All right, so it looks like we couldn't connect. Let me try it again one more time here. All right. Pulling up the property as well so I can show you guys. Let's see. All right, bear with me, guys, because for some reason I didn't connect, but hopefully we can connect now. What's happening? Maybe the phone number's not correct on here. Hey, Carlos, can you check the phone number for Edward and Sherry? I don't know. It's not dialing out. either the phone number is not correct. Let's see. I'm gonna try dialing this one more time, and then let's see if it calls out. All right, so we're gonna skip this one. I don't know what's going on. The phone number is not working, so we're gonna skip to the next one, and give them a call. Let's see. Leo said, would you want to call red sellers? If you do, where do you send them? Again, the link is actually the link for you to submit is in two places. It's in either on Instagram, the link's on my bio, or the easiest way if you're on YouTube. Open up another window so you don't close this one and go to my YouTube channel, and the link to submit your leads is actually in those recordings, Leo. So that way you can submit your leads in there and make sure, and it'll ask you for your information, all that good stuff. So that way you can submit your leads, and we'll get them called. So yeah, bring them on, bro. Red, yellow, blue, it doesn't matter. So we'll definitely call them live and show you what we can do. Let me know, Carlos, once you confirm that number is correct. I'm going to call the next one, which is Amoy. I think that's the name, from Georgia. Let's see. Actually, Elisandro. Sorry. Let me call Elisandro. C520. Okay. Let's see if this works. So this one's another property in Tucson. Okay, wow. You guys in Tucson came out to party. I love it. All right, guys, bear with me here. I don't know what is happening. Let me close the app just to make sure it's not the app that's not working. Okay. Okay, Carlos, Edward, and Sherry Fernandez have been confirmed. So let me call them then first. All right, let me try them again, Carlos. While I'm doing this, let's see. This is Max. Thanks for recommending the book Behind You a while back. I'm halfway through it. Straight fire. Awesome, Emerald. That's a really good book, bro. That's basically where I learned from. It's the foundation of my sales training. I see what's happening. For some reason, it's not letting me dial out anymore. I'm gonna try to redial this number really quick. So, what's up, bro? Steve? What's going on? Let's go in the house. Guys, remember this. This is a live session. So what's happening right now is not actually is actually totally normal. You guys know that there's going to be always technical difficulties. There's always going to be issues that arise, but if we can get through them and basically get through them, that way we can get some. We'll get through it here. Let's see. Interesting. Oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. Told you.
Press 1 to connect to 602-295.
Yeah, it's still not working. That's right. See, it says it's always more challenging live. Let's get it. Yep. It is, because you don't know what to expect, right? And I know that, obviously reacting and trying to fix what's going on, but let's see. We'll get it though. We're going to talk to Edward or Sherry.
Connect to 60.
Boom. All right, so it looks like they're not going to pick up. We're going to.
Please leave your message for.
All right, I'm going to call the other one, Elisandro, the other Tucson deal, the other Tucson property. We had them scheduled the call at 10:20, but obviously the first call went too long. So let me call the other one. Let's see if we can get them on the line.
To connect to 520.
There we go.
To continue your call in English, please press 1 now.
Para continuar en español, presione 9.
Uh-oh.
Press 1 now to continue this call in English.
Para continuar en español, presione 9.
That was weird. Carlos, is that oh, okay, I see what happened. Let's see. Steve Train said, compa. ¿Qué está pasando aquí?
520-825-1.
Compa. All right, let's dial the next number. If you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to know while I'm doing this, put your questions in the comment section, and then I'm going to get to them once I get off the call, if I do get a hold of someone here. So 172. Perfect. Okay.
Press 1 to connect to 520.
Sorry, you cannot leave a message for 52082.
All right, so we're striking out here. All right, let me try calling this other individual right away here. Sick. I want to get somebody, at least 2 more people on the phone before we jump back on to questions and comments. Let's see. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is a good one. I remember this one.
Press 1 to connect to 678.
I remember this one. This one was submitted by my buddy Gabe. So
Please press 1 to connect 67875.
why are you not connecting? Come on. Sorry, guys.
Please press 1 to connect to 678-755-9138.
All right. This is starting to upset me. So I'm going to call. Let's see. If all else fails, you use your cell phone. Who?
Good afternoon.
Hello, may I speak with Amoy?
Yeah, this is she.
Hi, Amoy. My name is Max, and I'm calling you because you had spoken to one of my team members, Gabe, about your property at 1091 Park Place. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably caught you at a bad time.
Yeah, I'm at work right now.
Okay. If you were me
Yeah.
calling back, what time would be best?
After 6 o'clock.
Okay, 6 p.m. Okay, perfect. And Georgia, you're what, 2 hours ahead? It's 10:44 here in Arizona, so you're like what, 12:44?
I'm 1.
1 hour. Okay, perfect. All right,
1:44.
got it. So then I'll schedule to call you back at 6. Okay.
Alrighty.
Your time.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Go to daycare.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So Carlos, my lead manager, just said Edward is ready. Let's give him a call. All right. Hopefully he answers, Carlos. Need to get someone to answer.
Press 1. Connect to 602.
Hello.
Hello, Edward.
Yes.
Hi, Edward. My name is Max. I'm calling you because you spoke to one of my team members,
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Probably caught you at a bad time.
Well, whatever. But what's up?
So did I catch you at a bad time or no?
Well, I'm working on my place right now, but
Oh, okay. Do you want me to call you back?
No. I've already stopped.
Okay, so that means you have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said, you spoke to Carl, and he mentioned about the duplex that you're trying to sell over on North 16th Street. And he mentioned he put some notes on here, but obviously I wanted to talk to you to get a little bit more details, and see if this would be a good fit and see how we, can help each other out, whether we buy the property or not.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on? I mean, what has you considering selling this?
What?
I said, what's going on?
What's going? I'm just working on my place right now. That's about it.
Okay.
And I got your flyer.
Okay.
I get flyers all. You're the first one I called back.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I'll repeat what I told him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get these every week. So you're the first one I called back. So let's see what they offer me.
Okay. And besides, obviously I get it. And I definitely am going to see what I can offer you on the call. There are some questions I have before I can do that. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, you said you received a lot of flyers and I was the only one that you called. I mean, what was on the flyer that got your attention to call us?
Picture of you and your niece.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. And that's what most people say, by the way. Thank you very much. She's
Is that right? Wow, that's cool. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, she helps. She actually got paid for that picture, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, she got paid, so she made some money on it, so she was pretty happy. It wasn't a lot, but she got paid. But anyway, so this is so tell me a little bit more. So on this property, so it's an investment property for you right now?
Well, yeah, it always has been.
Okay.
I lived there off and on, when I had to redo or in between rentals, coming up to Payson or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But, and you've owned it. It looks like you've owned it since 2003. What has you considering selling it, now?
Because of the market.
Okay, so you're just trying to capitalize on.
Yeah, well, of course, and I'm like I told your friend. People told you I'm tired of working on this stuff. I have a couple places there. I have owned the one next door too on 55.
Okay,
it's time to move on. I'm 73, and it's catching up to me.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't feel like doing any of the work anymore.
Okay, got it. So so if it wasn't for the work, if it wasn't for the work, it sounds like this would probably be something you still would keep.
The what?
If it wasn't for all the work and maybe just everything that you just told me right now, it sounds like maybe you would keep these properties, both of them.
Well, my wife lives in one of them, so no, we've been separated quite a while. But,
oh, I see.
But no, she doesn't want to move on that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so right now the focus is just on the one that I called you about, not the one next door.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
What's going to change that on the other one? I know you say your wife, or did you say your ex-wife or wife? I didn't hear that very well.
Yeah, well, I just have to find her another place.
Oh, got it. Okay, so if you're able to find her another place, that could potentially be a an option to sell. It sounds like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's so you've owned it for a while. You don't want to do the repairs on it anymore. I mean,
Well, not if I don't have to.
right? Not if you don't have to.
If I have to, I will. I can hire people to do it.
Got it.
But hey,
what's stopping you from doing that now?
because I'm working on my basement property right now.
Okay.
I could, but it's time's going by too quick.
Got it. I see.
Like I said, I'm 73, and time to start singing something.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, I mean,
just working.
Yeah. So just talking to you just here a little bit, obviously, you got your Payson property that you're working on, and then sometimes you have to get away from that and deal with the things that are happening at this property. It's not really it's not, and typically here's I'm going to say something real quick. Here's what happens when people usually call us on the postcard. Usually it's for 3 reasons, right? The first one is not everybody, but a couple of them are in some financial situation. The second one is that they're looking for a certain time frame to sell. And then the third one, where most people sell, is the property needs a lot of repairs. It doesn't sound like none of those apply to you.
Well, no, it needs repairs. I told your friend it needs to be replumbed. It's got galvanized plumbing in it.
Okay.
So, it's rusty looking.
Mm-hmm.
You have to run it. You've been in it, but that's not a big deal to do. I can do it myself.
Yeah.
But I'd rather not.
Okay.
But I have a nephew that can do it. I have a brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
I have contractor friends. That's not the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to impose on anybody.
Yeah. No, I get it. I always tell everybody.
I have realtor friends.
Mm-hmm.
But
I always tell everybody, have you ever done business with your brother that's a realtor, or with your brother or a family member? And they always say, well, not yet. Okay, well, you know how that goes.
Well, my sister, I'd never use her again.
There you go. I speak no more. I digress. Yeah. So, the reason why I'm asking these questions, I know they're very odd and stuff, because what I like to do is I try to get an understanding of how I can, how we're able to help you in regards to buying the property.
Well, I just want to know the price of the offer. That's the only reason I called you. We will offer you, okay? Just offer, and then I'll counter offer. Simple. We don't have to be friends, even though you're a nice guy and I loved your picture, but just business.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I get it. You're
the first one I called. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go through this with every realtor.
No, I get it.
Say, hey, what?
So if
I've sold places myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm.
So no, I get that, and here's the thing: if you're looking for companies just to make you an offer over the phone and then figure out if that's going to work for you,
I'll meet you there next week.
I'm not the one. That's what I just want to make that clear. We're not in the business of just making offers over the phone, right? Because if I go out to the property and my number changes, you're not going to be very happy. Does that make sense? And I don't want to go through that either, where I give you a number and then go ahead.
Yeah, well, I know most of the numbers I'm not going to be happy with anyway. So be the first one.
Yeah, no,
it's nothing. It's nothing new. I know, but
so,
I'm not going to let somebody lie in their pockets. I don't mind anybody making money.
Got it.
We all deserve to.
No, I get it. Are you? So let me ask you this. Before we even talk about how much I can pay and all that. Are you? Because it sounds like you love. Are they currently occupied? I guess. Let me ask that. Are they occupied right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
And what are you getting per month on the rents?
Well, that's one. I don't want to raise the rent on them. $800 a unit.
Okay,
and,
so
I could easily be getting 1,000.
Yeah,
but
well, you need. Yeah,
I want to deal with renters anymore.
Got it. Okay.
If I go back there, here's bottom line. If I go back to Phoenix and I have to work on the plumbing, I'm going to turn it into a house.
Got it. Okay.
I'll get rid of the duplex.
Okay.
The only person make money on the duplex is me.
Of course.
Because I have the first paper. I can sell it for the same price, probably more, if I convert it into a home.
Mm-hmm.
But 22,000 square foot, patios to the back. It's.
Mm-hmm. Are they 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms?
Well, each unit's almost 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. Perfect. Okay.
There's 2, yeah, large master bedroom, but only 1 restroom on each side.
Okay.
And they both have their own laundry, but
okay, own laundry, and then are they individually metered for electricity?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Well, yeah, the electricity is, but the water I pay for.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's
I mean, the water usually is only 1 meter. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about doing a 2-unit.
Right.
Or sitting
2 meters.
Yes. If I have to redo the plumbing, I could put a meter on each side, like they do in RV parks.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Okay.
But that's.
Got it. And then what do you pay?
If I hold on to it.
Right. That makes sense. So, what if you were to get that same amount of rent or that same amount every single month without you needing to do the work?
I don't want to do that. No, I can do that. I just want to walk away and
Okay.
not have to think about it ever again.
I see. Okay.
I've carried. No, I've been through that, done that, and played a year.
No, that's fine. And this is, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, that's it. Just having a conversation with you, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
I just want to see where your mindset is on that, because most people, most people that I've talked to in the past, not most, but some of them like to collect that same cash flow every month without, having to do the repairs and all that. And so we've bought properties that way.
Just keep it. Yeah, well, I would just keep it rented out.
Okay. No, that's fine. No, and that's fair. I appreciate that.
I can finally make money on it.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, I know that you're wanting me to give you an offer, which is understandable. But like I said, I'm very transparent, and you see how how we're talking here is giving offers over the phone. It definitely is not what we do. It's not our business. Strategy. We like to go out, potentially look at the property.
Send it to me in the mail like you did the flyer.
And what happens if I send you an offer and you don't like it? What happens next if I mail it to you?
Well, you probably won't hear from me.
You see, that's what I'm saying. So if I meet you at the property, then I can talk to you about why I'm making the offer.
Well, no, I'll corner. I'll make me halfway decent offer.
So I'm confused. You won't hear from you, or you'll counter?
Well, I know what I know what the area is going for. Okay.
Okay.
I know what it costs to sell it. If I had to get a realtor, get 72-hour guy, or whatever. I know what I'd have to pay him, 5 to 7%. So,
okay.
I know what closing costs will cost me. I know what to redo some plumbing would be. I could do it a lot cheaper than you guys can. And even a septic, if you had to redo the septic system.
Yeah. What's stopping you from doing that right now with all that, with the 72 or the realtor? You just don't want to go through.
I have too much to do.
Got it. Okay.
Well, no. Like I said, I've been wanting to do it for years. My wife she doesn't want to.
Okay.
So, I had to fight her. I wanted to get rid of all of it at one time, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I mean, let's here's the thing. I mean, usually, Edward, when I talk to somebody, usually it's either whenever they start thinking about selling or the night before they even call them. I mean, they always have a number in mind because it's your property, and they don't always give me an exact. It's always ballpark. It's always ballpark. I mean, off the record, what is that number that you want?
Well, it's on the record if I tell you. What do you mean off the record?
No, you could be at 250 and tell me 300. I don't know that. You can be, you know what I mean? I'm not asking for an exact. I just want to be ballpark.
You know, I'd be in the ballpark about 3.5.
Okay. So 350,000.
You could still be able to make 15,000-20,000. Just turn it over.
Okay. Now I'm not saying I can. I'm not saying I can. But if somebody was to give you the 350 net, that includes nothing out of pocket from you. What does that look like if somebody was to do that? What happens next?
Well, I'd probably agree to it.
Probably.
That's what I just told you. Yeah, that's what I told you.
Well, you didn't tell me you would move forward with you would put things in writing if someone gave you that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm not saying I can. I'm just trying to figure out here because I want to make sure that I know what I'm working with and stuff. But yeah, I mean, what's the accessibility for me to go look at it? That's what I want to know next.
Well, I'll be there next week.
What day next week?
I can meet you. The rent's due on the 1st. They usually take it over to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
But the renters, I've tried evicting them. But I changed my mind. Well, anyway, they always pay on the 5th because in the contract I put in a 5-day, grace period, and that's what they like doing. They like going to the 5th. Kind of pisses me off.
But that's unfortunately, that's what you have to. That's kind of.
Yeah. So I'm going to be there.
Okay.
The 5th and the 6th.
Okay. So then if I meet you there on the 5th or the 6th, I'm gonna have Carl call you back to set this up because he's my right-hand guy. And I go out there, I look at it, and I say, hey, Edward, this looks like a property that I'm not saying I can, but if I was able to, it sounds like you would feel comfortable putting things in writing if we were in that ballpark.
Yeah. Yeah, take a look at it. I'm not going to tell you how clean it is. I know the one guy next door, he lives like a parrot, but the other people next door for that are whatever. You know how that is.
No, I get it. Look, I walked into properties where look. Let me tell you something. I've walked into properties where I prefer to float instead of walk.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I've been doing this for 15 years.
Right.
So I've had to clean up after quite a few.
Yeah. Like I said, can I have Carl give you a call back so we can set that appointment up and have we can meet you there and then if we can pay the $350, it sounds like you would feel comfortable with moving, putting things in writing. So I noticed there's another person on title. What do they, do they have any input in regards to sell the property?
Well, that's my wife. Well, of course.
Okay, got it.
So we're still married, but been separated quite a while. But
that's Sherry, right?
I wasn't interested in looking for another woman after her anyway.
Okay, got it. So if you told, so let's pretend that you called Sherry today and you said, "Hey, Sherry, somebody made me an offer at $350." What is Sherry gonna say to you?
Yeah. Well, it's up to what I want to do. The only thing is, it's just the one she's in. She controls the rent over there. So
okay, and then you could say
she lives in it.
So then So what I'm hearing is that if you called her and told her that she would actually feel comfortable putting things in writing as well, because at the end of the day, she has to sign too. That makes sense.
Well, of course. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Just make sure. Just make sure that you don't tell her that we want to buy the one where she's at, because then she's going to be really upset.
Nah, she don't care.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And all she cares about is her own place.
Okay, perfect. So I feel like we have an understanding, and I mean, again, I don't know if I could do the 350, but I think we're close. But the only thing I'm missing is looking at this place and see what condition it's in and stuff. Just out of curiosity, you probably don't have any pictures that I can look at.
No, not really.
Okay. You think
Yeah,
the tenants would text me pictures if I ask them, or is it better just to show up there?
Well, I can have my wife deal with them more than you.
Okay.
Since she lives next door to them, they have to deal with her the last 6 months. I just got back up to pay 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last couple of my years, my mom passed away and all this. So.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. That was last year?
Yeah, well, that's the way, it's been a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Anyway.
Okay.
Everything's been kind of held back.
Okay. Got it.
But
So
okay.
So what I'll do,
I'll
Edward,
call her after I talk to you.
okay, what I'll do is I'll have Carl give you a call back, follow up on our conversation. I feel like you and I, Edward, have a mutual understanding what needs to happen. I just my only thing why I ask about Sherry, I just want to make sure because she's not on the phone with us. I typically like to talk to everybody that's on title, but it sounds like if you were to go tell her like, hey, I have an offer, she would be okay with it. That's and I'm glad that you brought that up and said that she would be fine. So what I'll do is maybe she can even send Carl some pictures, and I can tell you just based on the pictures if I can, if even I can pay that. Now, also, you wouldn't. It sounds like you wouldn't be open to looking at other offers besides the 350.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
it'd be awful tough for me.
Got it. So 350, you're pretty firm. It's got to be there.
If I would do the work myself, if I would do the work myself, I could save myself 10, 15 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
okay.
And that's only 6 months I could do that in.
Well, let's get this. Let's buy this property. Let's get you focused on your pace and deal. So that way you're not driving back and forth. I just need a little more details. And I mean, is there any other questions that you have for me, Edward? I know.
I don't. No, I'm fine. Just
okay. Perfect.
Just like I said, I'll see you there next weekend.
Sure. I'm gonna have Carl give you a call, so make sure you're by the phone, okay, Edward? He's gonna call you right now as soon as we get off the phone and schedule it.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good, Edward. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, Max. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Woo! All right, guys. What you think about that call? I see a lot of comments. Thank you, guys. I will show you. I'm gonna put the comments post on there. Kind of started a little rough, right? Make me an offer. You guys, this is what I'm saying is that these calls, a lot of your calls start like that. I can only imagine. And what happens is that we make a move without having a commitment from the seller, right? You guys saw, he asked me, I'm just going to look at all the offers. I'm going to, you're going to make the offer and I'll go with the highest. I know I'm not making the offer. If you're looking for somebody just to make you an offer, that's not me. That's not, our company is not in the business of making offers just randomly. I will make you an offer if it makes sense with you on the phone. And guess what? He gave me his number. I also probed his number. Are you open to looking at any other offers besides the 350? Which at the end of the day, I mean, whether they say no on there, I know my baseline. If someone was to offer him cash, 300, 325, he's going to be open to it. I think at the end of the day, got commitment from him. I asked him about the other person on title. I'm still a little skeptical about it. And you guys heard one thing is that I actually, when he said probably, I called that out. I said probably, and I told him, hey, I'm a little confused. I'm hearing conflicting, that if I made, and send me the offer through the mail. That's the other thing, right? Oh, okay, perfect. I'll send you an offer through the mail. No, if I send, okay, let's pretend I acknowledged it. I said, let's pretend I send you the offer through the mail. And you don't like the offer, what happens next? Well, you won't hear from me. And that's why I called that out. I said, exactly. That's why I don't want to do that. And then he said, well, I will counter you. And I said, well, see, now I'm confused. First, you say I won't hear from you. And then the second thing now, so you were countering me. So which one is it, right? Guys, I'm not presenting any new data. I'm not offering anything to the seller. I'm allowing them to close me by the questions that I asked strategically. So what kind of questions do you guys have? I think we have some questions previously. I tried to get a hold of a couple other people, but for some reason it wasn't working. Amoy, she wants me to call her back tonight. We'll definitely we will definitely follow up with her because I think that's a good deal. Gabe actually got that almost to the finish line, and then she ghosted him. So let's see what your questions are here really quick, guys. I want to answer some questions before I get off. I don't think I'm gonna probably we're past the hour a lot. So sent over a contract yesterday to a seller. I followed up 30 minutes later, and she says she needs to see if the previous contract with the mother is still active first. How should I approach this? Number one is don't ever send a contract unless you can get them on the phone. Number two is make sure that if you can't get them on the phone with you, get commitment. Make sure you saw what I just did right there, right? I don't want no wishy-washy stuff, because then what I can do is I can go back and call that seller out as to why they didn't do what they said they were going to do. You can't get mad at a prospect for not doing what you didn't tell them to do, right? You have to think about that. I would just call and say, hey, I'm a little confused. You and I had an agreement. It sounded like we came to an agreement on the price, on the price, and also on the what is it called, the process. I mean, what changed? Now you want to go back? I mean, what's going on with this contract? So, I don't know the whole situation. This is a really loaded question. I don't know if she tried to sell before, or if she had another buyer, they backed out. I'm not sure what she means by to see if it's still active. It sounds to me like the seller is trying to double dip, like maybe the other people are not coming through with what's going on. Sellers are, man, I'm going to tell you something, Daniel. Sellers are sneaky, bro. You have to be careful. You have to be careful with that, because sellers will go sideways on you for sure. Let's see. The next question is, yep, Steve Trang was in the house. Georgia's 3-hour time difference. I knew it was 3 hours, man, because it was East Coast. So yeah, she got that wrong. Sub 2, that one. I did want to do that. That's where I was leading him to, Leo. But unfortunately, you heard him. He wants to be done. Because I framed it in a way where it was like, hey, what if you just got the same amount of money every single month without you having to come down and do repairs? He's like, no, I'm not doing that. I've carried before. So that's fine. Brandon says, can you pay the $350 and still make money? It looks like we can, actually. I looked at a couple of properties in the area, so, but I'm not going to tell him that yet. So, let's see. I love the multiple pre-closes. Yes, that is very important. A lot of times what happens is that, we get off the phone too fast. We don't get commitment. Hey, if I come out there and I pay, and I did this to the first call as well, right? If I come out there, I'm not coming out there just to look at a property. I'm coming out there with the intention to buy. And if I come out there and I can pay the price that you're asking, what happens next? Right. Well, I'll accept it. What do you mean by that? I'm going to call every single thing out that they say until I get the word. And it's not me like saying, do you mean that you're going to write and put it in writing? Do you mean this? No, I want them to say, I'm good with moving forward, just like the first gentleman, right? That's what I wanted to hear from him. So, let's say I sent over a contract. What happens next? I'm a little confused on the question, Christian. Are you saying that I should ask them that, or what is your question on this? I'm a little confused about it. Sorry, bro. I think you mean that if I was to ask them that, let's say I sent a contract. Let's say I sent over a contract. What happens next? Yeah. So I get it now. Yeah, that's you can definitely do that, right? You can definitely do that. If you feel, but I would change it. I wouldn't say, let's say I send over a contract. One of the things that if you're watching this, I'm going to teach you guys to stop using the word contracts. It's a terrible word. It's a frightening word, not for you guys, because you do this every single day, but for the sellers that you're helping. A contract means commitment to the next level, right? All their life, hey, don't sign the contract. Hey, when they say contract, that's when you're going to stop. They've been programmed. They don't do this every day. So you got to change it to paperwork, agreement, putting things in writing, right? So that way it tones it down. It tones it down a little bit, and it doesn't put fear in them when you're actually talking to them. So just change the words a little bit, so that way it helps you. Yeah, I mean, hey, let's pretend that you like what you hear, and I send over, and I wouldn't even ask them. Let's say I send over an agreement. It's more of, let's pretend you like what you hear. We agree on price and terms. What would happen next? And then basically we want them to say, right, like, I would sell to you. Okay. So when you say sell, typically to me, it means to put things in writing. Is that what you're referring to? Yes. Okay. So if you are comfortable putting things in writing, the next step for me would be to get on the phone with you so we can fill out the paperwork. Right. So then that way you can hop on the phone with them, and then you get them on the phone and you walk them through the agreement and you walk them through the paperwork. That way they're not by themselves. Right. Um, so hopefully that helps. Let's see. Angel, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the fire emojis. And basically, I appreciate all you guys for being on here. Thank you guys for all your questions. I'm going to answer 3 more questions that I got here. And Grant Sylvester says, this is great stuff. Thanks, Max. Do you go live every Thursday around this time? Yes. Every Thursday, I go live 10 a.m. Arizona time. And if you want me to call your leads, once these lives are done, and under the description, there's an actual link that you can submit your leads for me to call. Guys, here's the thing is that before I say that, let me answer the last 2 questions here. Do you give your buyers an inspection period? How do you handle the viewing process with your buyers? So no, we don't give our buyers inspection period. Once they sign the assignment, they need to, if they want to walk through, they need to tell us before they sign the assignment agreement. Once they sign the assignment agreement, they got to deposit the earnest money by the next day, 12 o'clock, or else we're pulling it back. And then the second thing is that our assignment agreement says that we are not guaranteeing a walkthrough. We're not guaranteeing them to go see the property. And we're very upfront with this. We're setting this expectation before they sign. Now, say that you were a buyer and you're calling me and you're like, oh man, I want that property. I want it. Let me get it. Okay, perfect. What do you want to go look at it before we fill out the paperwork? And then what happens is that they'll say yes. And then we'll say, look, just to let you know, once you sign the agreement, you need to deposit the earnest money the next day. And we're not guaranteeing you any walkthroughs. Are you feel comfortable still signing the agreement? Yes. Okay, perfect. Let's move on. Now, as far as the viewing process is just, you don't want to have every single person go through the house. You want to get some upfront commitments, just like what I did today. You want to make sure that the buyer that you're talking to is vetted. You talk to them. You told them, don't be talking to the seller. Any questions you have, reference to me. Or if you can be there, that's awesome. Present them as your partner, your money partner. Present them as your contractor. Present them as an individual that you're partnering up with. So hopefully that helps to answer those questions. Let's see. Is that a deal you can over the phone? Let's say you do virtual, put him on a hold and come back with a 350. Yeah. Definitely. Reda, I could have done that over the phone. That type of personality though, I don't know. He probably would have want me to mail the contract. Both of those. It was weird. The first one and then the second one. I don't know. I don't think they would have been able to sign. Probably. I didn't push it too hard because we're on the live call here. But definitely I could have said, hey, if you feel comfortable with 100,000, the first guy really wanted to meet in person. So he basically wanted to, he wanted to meet us. Right. So I'm not going to push that. The second guy was still on the fence. I think it's better if we meet him in person. You have to be, that's the other thing is that you need to be conscious of the conversation. You can't just treat every single conversation like I'm gonna lock this up over the phone. I'm gonna get this now. If you're doing it virtual, you saw what I did at the end, right? I can still lock that up over the phone. I said, hey, can I have Carl call your wife, set this up so where she can give us some pictures, and then I can tell you if I can pay that or not. Now, I'm probably not even going to need to go to the property, right? I'm probably only going to need to look at the pictures, and then I'm going to see if I can pay the 350. Right now, he's only getting $1,600 a month, but you guys saw the rents on that thing. That thing was like average was like $2,000 a month. It's insane. So hopefully that helps. Grant said, awesome. I'll be plugged in next week. Perfect, bro. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you got a game. The one thing I ask, right? I don't charge for this. I do this out of my own time. I don't ask for anything. My only fee that I ask you guys to do is for you to, if you got value out of this, share it with someone. Tag me on Instagram, tag me on your stories. Let me know how it helped you. Let me know if you use one of the things that I used today on the calls to help you get a deal, to help you get into a property. That's the only thing I ask is that you guys tag me and I can reshare that so other people can benefit. I know, right? Like, Max, don't be showing this to everybody, but I want you guys to learn how to actually talk to sellers. you guys have heard me say this many times. There's a lot of sales training programs out there that only teach you tactics. The problem with tactics is that if you don't believe them, they're not going to come out as well. And I want to show you a different way where you can position yourself, get commitment from the seller, and stop wasting time with sellers. So I'm gonna post one more comment here. It says, superb. Love the way you deep dive to get into their pain and find out the real reason they're selling and motivation. Which that's the goal, bro. The goal for me is to figure out if this is an individual that is going to fit our solution, because again, we used to say we're only looking for that 5 to 8% of the market. Unfortunately, because the way the market is, that has been reduced to maybe 3 to 5, right? And we have to make sure that the people that we're talking to actually is going to fit our solution. We can solve their problem. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And until next week, I will see you guys later.
He's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. Huge inspiration. The advice he gave me made me like $50,000 in 1 hour. A super fucking human. He just doesn't give up. He doesn't quit. He's one of the most well-known salespeople out there, sales trainers in the fucking country. Very impressive guy. Give it up for my guy, Max Jimenez, baby.